Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. And welcome to day two of Android Study Jams powered by Google Developer Student Club. In today's session, we have our campus facilitator, Ritik Ronak, with us, and we'll be going through the basics of Android Studio and Android app development. So I'll quickly hand over the session to Ritik in order to start.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Sdk Ronak, and I am a second year IT student at MEJ. And I am the facilitator for the Android Study Jams, and I will be hosting it in our college. So, this is the day two of Android Study Jam. So, let me quickly recap what we had done in the previous session. We have discussed what are actually a study jam, that it is a community organized study groups which are made for the people to learn how to develop Android apps using the course provided by the Google itself. After that, we have talked about the track that you need to complete this year, that is Android Basics in Kotlin course. The link for the course is g.co/android/basic. We have discussed that it contains six different units with 16 pathways having 16 quizzes that you need to complete to earn all the 16 badges on your Google developer profile before 10th of Jan. After the completion, you would be getting the certificate of the completion of the course. After that, we have discussed the basics of the Kotlin programming, that is using the print statement to print the desired strings. After that, we have learned the methods to declare the variables in the Kotlin, that are val and var. And we have also know the difference between both of them. Then moving on to the conditional statement, that includes use of if else ladder that we have used to print the to find if A or B are greater. And then we have used the when statement for printing the value that matches for the Z. Next, we have used the for loops to print the value stored in the array. We have used this kind of for loop, that is for I in 0 to 2 we have taken in the previous session. In the end, we have made a function which get two variables and it printed the sum of those variables on the output screen. So this was all the recap of the session 1. Moving further, today we will be exploring Android Studio and build a real-world app. So let's start. So to start developing Android apps on any platform, we require an Android Studio, which is an official tool by Google and JetBrains to build Android apps. So you can download the Android Studio by the link that is developer.android.com/studio. You can click, let me show. From this website, you can download the Android Studio. It will automatically detect your platform from which you are using, a Linux user or a Mac user or Windows. It will automatically detect and will just you need to tick the agree terms and condition and then click downloads Android Studio. So it will start the download process. Let me cancel this. After downloading, you can install it with the default settings and you can set up it by the following installer guide. So you should be getting an installation visit that you can go through and install the Android Studio. It will ask for the UI theme. You can select of your choice, that is Dracula or Light. So after that, it would ask you for the download of the SDK. So basically, SDK is a software development kit, and it is a collection of software that are required in the creation of the application. After that, you would be creating an Android emulator. Basically, emulator is a virtual Android device on your computer, which will allow you to run your apps, and it behaves just like a real Android device. If you have a physical device, then you can use it also. Just you need to enable the USB debugging from the developers option on your device. then plug the phone with the USB to computer, then you are good to go. I would suggest to use a real Android phone if you have, because emulator can impact your computer performance, and also would be you would be testing the apps on your real device. That would be great. After all these steps, we can now go ahead and start developing our first Android app from the scratch. So let me open my Android Studio first. So, so before creating the Android project, let me go through the options that are available on this home screen. So you can create a new project of an Android by clicking on this new project button. If you want to open an existing project, you can directly open an existing project by clicking on this open, and it will open the file menu, and you can select the folder that is your Android project. So let me cancel. After clicking the three dots, you will get many options, like you can import directly a code from the VCS system, that is from Git or GitHub. If you have direct URL, you can download it from directly. Then it allows us to get option of SDK Manager. From SDK Manager, you can see which SDK or API version you have downloaded and installed on your system. That means I have downloaded the SDK that I am using is Android 12, that is API level 31. So many you were asking for the question that they have problem of a Intel hardware acceleration issue. So for that, you can go ahead in the SDK Manager, and in the SDK Manager, click on SDK Tools. Then you need to click this Intel Emulator Accelerator installer. So after clicking that, you need to apply, and it will install the required software that would be helping you for the compilation of the and running of your Android virtual device. So after that, there is an option of an AVD manager. So in AVD manager, it's a Android virtual device manager where you can be creating a new virtual device. Just like after clicking on the create a new virtual device, it has bunch of options from where you can choose if you want a Pixel 4 virtual device or an Pixel 3, you can select it. You can also create a virtual device of an Wear OS or a tablet. This is Nexus 7 or something other. So after clicking that, it will be asking you for the Android version that you would be using on that virtual device. So you can select the Android version as your choice and then click finish. So it would be making an Android virtual device. So let me create a new project, that is by clicking the new project. So when we click on the new project, it will open a bunch of pre-made template where you can choose from to kickstart your app process. There is showing an empty activity, Google Maps activity, and a navigation drawer activity. So there are many others to choose from. For now, we would be selecting the empty activity and clicking on next. Then it will open a form where you need to enter the correct details for your app. The first, it will ask the app name. So here you can give the app name as your choice. That is, if I'm giving, it depends on you that what name of your app you would be needing. Then it comes the package name. So this package name is important because this is the only one that helps the device to differentiate between the two apps having the same name, and it just that it both the apps are different from the package name only. So it contains of company or organization name dot the app name. Then comes the saving location. So you can select where this project would be saving on your system. then it will ask the language you want to code in your app, that is Java or Kotlin. For this, we are going for the Kotlin one. Then it will ask the minimum SDK version that your app will support. So it's showing like if I'm selecting the API version of 21, that is Android 5.0 Lollipop, so it is showing that 98% of the devices would be supporting this app. You can choose your app the API number from here only. It will show a chart where you can see if you go with the Android version of 9.0, that is API 28, then 69% of the devices would be supporting your app. So you can choose wisely from this chart that how minimum level your app should be supporting. For now, we are going with the API 21 and be clicking on finish. So in the meantime, it opens. Let me give you an overview of the Android Studio. That is this is a Android Studio window that would be looking like, and the first one is the project window at the left of side, where you can see all the files and the folder of the project. Second one is the palette, where you can get the commonly used and all of the predefined elements that you can directly drag and drop to the design view. Third comes the component tree. Component tree is that where it shows you all the element that you have used in the order. Fourth comes the design area, design view, where you can drag and drop from the palette and can edit its constraint and the location where it need to be shown. The fifth one is the blueprint, which shows the app insights and the layout. Sixth one is the attribute, that is here, where you can change the settings of the element like position, color, change, font, and size also. Talk about UI, that is user interface. That is a part of your app that would looks like and how the user will interact with it. So basically, user interface is just like it's a part of your app. After the creation of your app, what the user would be looking at your app should be. So basically, directly jumping on the coding the app, we first need to lay out how would our app will actually look like and how you would be interacting with the buttons. We can do that by drawing on the paper or a software like Figma or Adobe XD. There you can make UI of your apps. Then comes the layout. So the layout of an app is the design or the arrangement of what the user sees on the screen. In Android, a layout is made up of views. So Android, there are some example of the views that are present in the Android, that are text view, which is used for the displaying of the text, image view, which is used for the displaying of the image, and button, which are used to perform some actions when tapped. So let me see if there's any doubt in the chat box. Just a second. Okay, nothing. So let us continue building the app. So now it has downloaded all the files and the Gradle to build. This is a simple Hello World app. So in the left hand side, you can see the project folder. That is, it shows the file structure. Remember that this is not the actual representation of the file system that is present on your system. To see the actual one, you can click on this Android, and then clicking on the project will give you the actual file system representation that your app is in. App, src, then main, then Java, then com.example.study, the package name that we have given earlier. So let us come to the design view, where you can see that we have many drag and drop options from the palette. The by default one is the text view. So let me increase this size just a second. Yeah, you can see that there is a text view already present in this one. Just so here are the bunch of the predefined elements that we can use, that is commonly used. Text view, a button that we can drag and drop. You can see this is a button view. So this is an image. We can insert an image. It would ask for the asset. Let me. So it would be like this. We can display an image by using the image view. Then we have a recycler view, fragment container view, and other. So coming on the text one, it has a bunch of many text views. That is the text view, plain text. We can use this for entering the plain text, for entering the password, email, phone, date and time, numbers, and other things. Coming on the button, it has bunch of buttons, that is simple, this type of button. Then we have also an image button, that so this is an image button. We can give it a function that on clicking this it would perform an action. So we have also a checkbox. Then we have widgets, that is we can use the video view to display, to present the video on your screen. Okay, just a second. We can use the web view to open a website in our app, so we can modify it accordingly. We have layouts, containers, helpers, and Google. We can add a map view also, but we first need to download it from the Google repository. So these were the commonly used views that can be used. So let me remove all those. So first we try to run this Hello World app. For running this app, I would be using my phone as a device. That you can see it's detecting my phone, that is Vivo. And you can run the app by clicking on this button, that is Run App. So you can see it has started building. So it can take some time because it needs to download some Gradle files and compiling the app. So let's just wait for 2-3 minutes. Meanwhile, I can check the. So basically, a repository is a place where we host the code. Like if you have seen the GitHub is the place where we host the Git repositories, Git files. Yes. So the build has been finished and it's installing on my phone. So just a second. Let me share the home screen also. So here's the app that we have built, that is Hello World. It's showing the app name, that is Study Jams, and the text that we have written, that is Hello World. So let me modify this text by, you can modify the code directly from here also, but we can, if we use the split view. Let me minimize this. So here is the view that we are using, and here is the XML code. You can see that the text is Hello World. Let me change that. Android Jams. Let me rerun the app. So here the app is showing the Android study jams. So this was a basic overview of using the text view. So basically we have created our first real world app that is showing a text view, that is Android study jams. So let me add a button to this screen, and then we can add an on click function to it so that we can interact with that button. For that, I'm removing this one and using the button and setting its constraint to be center, that is by clicking this. Just a second. Yes. Wait. So we have set the constraint in order to get it in the center of the screen. Now I will give it a ID that is we can hit enter, and it should give a prompt that we are renaming the resource ID, that is button one refract. So now we have created a button that is this one, and for writing the actual Kotlin code we would be writing in the main activity.kt file. So this is the file that get executed when the Android app is run. So let me add an on click function to the button that we have just created. For that we will be writing the code, that is defining a variable and button equals to find view ID button id dot. Then so basically what I did was, first we have created a variable that's btn, and then we have linked up this button, this one button, by using its id that we have defined, that is button one, by the function that is find view by id. So next we will be adding the on click listener, that is set on click listener, and we will be displaying a toast message by using the toast text application context gds study jams. Post dot length long dot, sorry. Then we have made the on click listener, which is executed when the button is clicked and the code inside is executed, that is the toast one that we have written. So to display a text, we have used this toast statement to display a text for a time period. So let me on my screen also and rerun the. Let me recompile. Yes, so the app has been compiled and been executed. Now, if we click on this button, we can see a Toastmasters, that is GDSC Study Jams. So in this way, we have built a small app that displays a toast message when the button is clicked. So let me see if there is any doubt till now. Hmm, okay. Yes, the set on click listener is a function that is used for executing the another, that is we have used the toast. So I think there is no other doubts. Just- So this was a simple steps that you can use to build an Android app on your Android Studio with Kotlin. So this was all from my side from today. So if you have any doubt, you can ask in the chat box or can unmute. Let me end this. Just a second.
So if you guys have any doubts, feel free to ask them right now, or maybe later on the WhatsApp group. But we'll try to help you out, help you guys out. If there are no doubts, I think we'll end the session here. Thank you so much for coming here, guys, and we'll be planning another session soon. And okay, there is a doubt. They would you like to take it?
I think Hardik Veer would be better to answer this one.
Hardik, are you there? Okay, cool then. So we'll end this meeting right now, and we'll see you guys on another session. Till then, stay safe and keep on learning.